There we go. What up, gamers? Let me tweet this out because I do not expect notifications to go out. Oh crap, I completely forgot that the Core Keeper update is out today as well. Oh well, I'll tackle that later. Yeah, what's up, guys? Hey, Scythe, hey, Wave, hey, 09. I'll let people trickle in a little bit here before we end up going through the patch notes, but otherwise, this is going to be my first time really going into it, because I'll be honest with you guys, I kind of skimmed through the patch notes, but I haven't read them in full detail. I kind of touched upon the biggest, most notable things that are happening in this update in the video that I posted yesterday, which notifications probably didn't even go out for that. Let's be real. Hey guys. But the quick short summary is that we have a new passive skill tree. Yes, that's right, skill tree and Trove in the same sentence. But the update overall is going to be focusing on fishing, so I'm going to be real with you guys. We're probably going to be doing some fishing today. It's going to be boring. Excuse me while I have my medicine water. No, Trove's probably never going to end up having crossplay, my dude. Okay, so just to kind of walk you guys through it, on the test server on PC, we've got this new basement right here. This is where a lot of the new fishing stuff is. As you can see, people are already kind of fishing. And then upstairs, all the way up here, we've got like a different mechanic. So this is, I'm not 100% sure what this is yet, but, you know, we'll touch upon that today. And then I'll end up having shorter videos, summarize it all, and so on and so forth throughout the week. But this is going to end up being the skill tree of Trove, which has for gathering, for combat, and for constellations of the world. Ooh. No idea for a release date for this. I think that it's safe to say this is going to be the last big update of the year. Hopefully, what they're doing for the console version of this update, as well as the Boomer update, is they're gonna bring them both in together, and you guys will end up getting it November, December. We don't honestly 100% know, though. It's all up in the air. One Pump, thank you so much for the membership, man. Really appreciate it. I do not think that they have a class tree set up for this. Fingers crossed, like, that would be my hope, that they have this as the foundation, you know, the groundwork to set up a full class tree. But it's all, again, it's all up in the air. We don't know. I mean, I'm already satisfied enough with this for passive stuff that we get across all of our account. But anyway, yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going to go through the patch notes here with you guys. Again, just a heads up that you guys are catching it live, and of course I'll post the live stream today. But I will systematically like approach each sector of the update with shorter videos, more concise ones, and you know, as I end up learning about all of these systems, I'll be able to end up having some tutorials and blah blah blah. But anyways, let's get to it. So we're pleased to introduce Reeling of the Stars, or Reeling in the Stars patch, sorry, which introduces a new star chart system and a rework of fishing, as some of you have already guessed. When introducing these systems, we wanted to create one that was rewarding in investing in the core gameplay of the game. Oh yeah, because fishing's core gameplay. Players will have some choices on how to empower their gameplay as well. The star chart allows activating individual stars in a path for some utility or some combat power. I think we all know where we're going to be leaning towards. It allows players to reset these skills in order to try out different choices. That's the part that I'm a little perplexed about, like how costly is it going to be to respec, right? So when looking at fishing, we wanted to avoid stagnant gameplay where players just cast their line, wait 30 seconds, and then reel in the fish. I have already heard feedback that it is exactly the same. The only difference is that there's like some different systems in play that happen amongst doing that. So I don't really know what they're going for here, but anyways, we're excited to for everyone to experience the changes, blah 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 blah. It's subject to change. Okay, so let's get into the star chart itself, but just before that I want to catch up on some of your guys' comments here, just really quick. Did they add more frog items? Hi Froggy Boo. I don't think they added any more of your brethren. No. Well, thank you, One Pumped. Saying, first streamer I've ever contributed to, and I've been watching you for 6+ years. I'm currently 18 and still watching your content makes me happy. God damn, dude, makes me feel old. No, sincerely though, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you've been sticking around for as long as you did. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Leo, is I would love to see skill tree, like, loadouts, or just loadouts in general. I think it's about time that they start working on something like that, but who knows. If you had to pick one class tree, what are you excited for? Oh, you mean like just in the skill tree in general? So I'm not 100% sure on these because I haven't deep dived, like, looked into every single one of these, but some of them are like attack speed, but more notably some of these are movement speed, as I ended up addressing in the video I put out yesterday. I'm expecting or wondering if these end up giving us power rank. That might be how we can hit, oh excuse me, 50k PR, but I don't know. What happened to Jub? I've been wanting to join it. What are you talking about, Edward? You mean here on the test server? Don't even bother. The club world is like dead. It's just a test server, dude. Anyways, let's get a little further on in the patch notes itself. So there's the star chart. So it's talking about this thing, and there's 3 primary different things that you can end up doing. Each of the primary constellations may give bonuses associated with other constellations, but we'll primarily focus on their specific area. Astral Echoes, which is the new currency, can be found throughout the world, coming from completing dungeons and delves. I wonder whether or not we get more for certain areas. Additionally, the Astral Echoes Almanac, a legendary tome, can be acquired in the More tab in the store. There it is. Cash shop, yeah. I think I have one of my mods conflicting. Yeah, I would have to turn off the shadow UI. Crap. Okay, well, we'll do that later or something. So we got a new legendary tome, which, who cares? The Crafter's Corner in the hub has the new areas, blah, 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 blah. Interacting with the Grand Quarry opens the star chart showing the constellations, and you can empower them with spheres and constellation keys. Spheres are used to upgrade individual stars, activating the star's powers and allowing for and keys are used to unlock paths of constellations as a one-time cost. So I think that's, is that these right here? Yeah, these are where the keys end up coming into play. Okay. Why does it give a fragment? Or it costs one? That's weird. Huh. But anyways, it mentions that you end up unlocking it as a one-time feat, resetting and giving back. Oh wait, you can also reset the entire tree, which will give back all celestial spheres. So there's no punishment for respecking. Path unlocks are permanent and cannot be reset. Oh, okay. So these keys are perma. These slots right here. Weird, but okay. The Celestial is seeking the newly discovered Astral Echoes for his own reasons. He'll exchange these Astral Echoes for Celestial Spheres and a small amount of Constellation Keys. You know what would be cool is if they ended up actually expanding upon it and there was some sort of a lore with this guy and he turns to be like a, I don't know, bringing us to a new biome, the moon biome that they teased years ago. Additionally, Constellation Keys can be found in the More tab in the store for credits and qubits. There it is. Yeah, of course, I knew there was going to be some cash shop oriented stuff. The Celestial only has a limited supply of items, while on the star chart there are 120 stars that have been found. There are only enough available Celestial spheres to empower 40 of them. So we won't be able to completely max out every tree. So we're going to have to kind of pick and choose which ones are going to end up being the more important ones. Which, unfortunately, like, you can see some of these, like, stability 50, like, okay, some of these are clearly, like, what the devs think are important, and then some of them are just not. So that's kind of where I would have to really deep dive into this. Like increasing our crit rate by 30, you know, that's pretty cool. That's actually really, really good. But generally speaking, why would I ever go for this when I could go for one of the area stats that's going to end up actually increasing my damage? Because the only reason that you would end up getting crit rate or crit hit is so that you would have the opportunity to move some of the stats off of crit hit on your gems, which we don't really need to do because all that does is gives us max health anyways, right? So it's confusing to me, man. We'll have to figure out like what is going to end up being the best option in terms of how you would go throughout the skill tree. There's also going to end up being a dragon found amongst the stars. So each path unlock gives a balefire dragon egg fragment. Unlock the entire star chart to give the balefire dragon egg fragments needed to craft Ermalot. Okay, so that's what this is right here, which I thought that was just an old dragon's eggs. I didn't know that that was like that. Okay, let's see whether or not we can end up having them unlocked with a what do you call it, a dragon effigy. But yeah, that's going to end up dealing with all the constellation stuff, all the different skill tree stuff, which we'll do a couple dungeons and see if we can end up finding the new currency, see how common it is. Good. These do work. But not for that, not for the new dragon that's in the constellations. Okay. Kind of sucks. But I get it. So we got this idiot, which, that's pretty cool, actually. Ooh, nice VFX. I like it. He's got a nice wingspan, too. Is this biome open? I hope not. Not bad, dude. Kind of a cool water dragon. Probably something that we end up getting through fishing. And then there's gonna be Capricorn, the idiot. Ew. Okay. Kind of disgusting, actually. What does it even do to fly? Oh, it just doesn't fly. This looks broken. Like, it doesn't look finished. Weird. No, we don't get new effigies. Those are the effigies that I had for, like, years, dude. Yeah, I noticed that too, type 2, is that some of them do, some of the stuff in the skill tree does end up giving light, so that would be like the top priority ones for sure. Oh, you know what, Croc? Let me get you. It should, I thought it was open to you already on that, but let me, okay. App stuff. Discord, please, stop. Yeah, you know what, Croc, if you post a message in the general chat, I can end up grabbing you later. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. I know it's a little distracting, but Croc's been trying to post stuff in our Discord, and it's been causing issues for him. Anyways, could you please post a link to the patch notes? Yes, I can. I can do that for you. Let me... I'll pin it as well, just so you guys can always check that out if you want to. I've done about 5 or 6 dungeons in U10 and didn't get a single astral echo. Okay, so they're uncommon then, huh? Well, let's try Geotopside first and see. Hey Val, yeah, I was actually just talking about that before I started the stream. I completely forgot the Core Keeper update was today, but I definitely want to play it with you today for sure. I mean, obviously I got the priority of this and then maybe God of War, but maybe I'll even do Core Keeper after this. We'll see. Be cool if they made a Galaxy Dragon or something related to the Star Tree. Yeah, I mean, we already have whatever dragon that is, so we'll see what that's going to be. Excuse me that I'm sitting here on the Boom Boomer, but I don't have all of my gems and everything swapped over. And I'm too lazy to do it. I should re-export my account, though, because I have gotten stronger since I was on the test server. You see any of the Astral thing? I didn't see it. I wonder if it's specific biome stuff. Excuse me. Jeez. Not necessarily a video in the making, Potato. This is kind of us, like, chilling and having fun and, you know, kind of so I can answer questions while simultaneously going through the patch notes myself. And then we'll end up having another video that's going to focus on it more like laser point. Weird. So is the astral stuff just uncommon, or is it in sundered biome only? It didn't say anything about uber difficulty though in the patch, so that's a bit odd. It also didn't say anything about a specific biome, but would kind of low-key make sense to me that they would shove it into the Sundered Uplands. I don't know if they did. I think it might just be that it's legit a rare resource. But I don't know, dude. Any new costumes? That's a good point. We'll check that out in a sec. Any astral stuff? No, we're not getting it. Huh. I wonder how many we have to do. That's really perplexing me. Like, is it really this uncommon? Whoops. I'm used to using the bounder. Anyways, you know what? Let's see if there's new costumes, come to think of it. Hide collected. So we got... Oh, never mind. No, these are all... I have those on my main accounts. That's right. I need to export. So it doesn't look like there's any new costumes. Which kind of makes sense. We ended up getting a pretty big chunk of costumes in the last update, so... If you don't mind me asking, how come you changed your Discord profile picture? It looks really cool, though. Just asking why. Oh, that's gonna be, that's the new logo that I've been kind of working on a proof of concept for. And then I'm gonna have my buddy, who's a graphic designer, is gonna kind of draw it up, like, all fancy and much more high-res with some touch-ups. And, yeah, I don't know. I just love, like... I feel like as I evolve as a person, so does the channel, and so does the logo and everything, you know? And it just kind of hit me one day. It's like, dude, I am, like, obsessed with, like, Japanese culture and samurai and stuff. You literally throw a samurai game at me, and I just go, I'm all for it. So I thought, okay, let's embrace it. So anyways, for anyone that's just tuning in, just a quick reminder, we are currently doing dungeons because we're looking for the astral shards. We don't seem to be getting any of them as drops, which is odd. I don't know if they're just very, very uncommon. But that's kind of what we're doing here before we end up going into all of the fishing and whatever else to, you know, experiment with all that stuff. Also, yes, Scythe, I know that I've been streaming God of War pretty late. It just kind of happened. Like, nighttime lately has been the only time that I've been able to stream. Just because I've been, like, it's either been really busy or it's been really, really noisy. Today's probably, like, one of the first days where it's actually like, oh, I can finally do things. You know? Yeah, I'm not seeing it, man. Do we secretly already have some in, like, another category or something? I didn't see any of them drop, though. Unless for some reason... You know what? I wonder... I could be wrong about this. Either it's broken because it is the test server, or maybe it's one of those things that we have to start, like, interacting with this guy first, you know? Like, maybe he's got, like, a quest line or something. Or a gatherer item. Like, maybe we have to invest in one of these skill trees first in order to actually, like, start it. I don't know about that, but yeah, so we haven't gotten a single one, and we need like thousands of them too. Oh, hey, Joe. Joe, do you know where you get astral echoes, man? Because the patch note says that it's from dungeons, but I haven't gotten a single one. Granted, I haven't farmed like a lot of dungeons, but grab those. So here's one of the Air Dragons right here. That's the one that our Dragon Effigy ended up working. To export your account, you go on the live server and you type /export account, one word. Just sent you the new packs in Discord for the new events. Oh, okay, cool, Waver, thank you. We'll tackle upon that another time because this doesn't seem to have, we don't have the new event going on here, so. Saw a screenshot of someone getting 90 of them from a dungeon chest, but I don't know if they did anything. Yeah, I don't know, dude, because... Oh, you know what? I wonder... Yeah, I wonder if it's like a buff, you know, like XP pots or something. Anyways, let's take a quick peek at all of these. Increase attack speed, flash capacity. I want to go for the movement here. Let's kind of go through all of these very briefly. 100% when using a flask to gain either an attack buff, defense buff, or healing buff. That's weird. Health regen, garbage. Not bad. Attack speed, sure. Jump stability, sure. Whatever. Chance to gain random. Increase movement speed, there it is. So that means that's 15 movement speed total just for free. And then you have to go through these this entire skill tree, or all of them, I think, in order to get enough fragments for the dragon, which kind of sucks. More flask capacity, sure, cool. What about this skill tree? Damaging enemies grants 10% life leech. That's pretty good. If we have like a couple of them that would have like more perks, that would be very nice. More attack speed, so we could finally get attack speed off of our gear. Damaging enemies grants 20% life leech. Dear God. That's actually really good. I wonder, like, is this stacking? Because then that's 30%. No, it's probably additive. So it's 10% and 20% independent. That's still not bad, dude. That's actually okay. Physical magic, increased attack speed. So my point with the attack speed, sorry, I kind of rambled on there and got a little distracted and excited. Also, I'm sorry I'm picking my face so much. My beard is getting itchy. So my point is, if we can end up having enough base attack speed that we could swap it off of our gear, then the end game meta build would suddenly swap to movement speed, crit damage, and it would really help to optimize the amount of damage that we have. Now that said, I don't think we'll be able to swap the attack speed off of our gear per se, but there's more movement speed, so that's 20 total movement speed just for free. There's extra light. Crit rate, jump stability, garbage. That is... Increases crit hit damage by 50? Shouldn't it say increases crit damage by 50 then? Or is it just flat 50? Because that is absolutely trash then. I'm pretty sure that's increasing crit damage by 50. Which is a total percentage. That's very weird. Okay. There's more light. Increases depth boon damage reduction. Who cares? So we would probably go for that light, this movement speed. Where was the movement speed? It was like in one of these random ones, wasn't it? Or is it just along the skill tree? Oh, it is. Okay. Huh. So for my money, that's 20 free movement speed for every class. That's really, really good. This is most of all going to be attack speed and attack in general. See, so look. Crit hit goes up by 6%, and then crit hit rate by 15. Like, what? That's so odd. The description needs to be refined before this goes live, because this is too confusing. That's a lot of extra damage, dude. I don't even think we need this extra damage. Like, like, let's be real here. Like, we're already able to handle a lot of this endgame stuff. So, I could be wrong here. I'm just speculating. The fact that we're getting this much of a damage buff tells me that we might be getting U12 or some other endgame area next year. Dear God. Increased by 15%. Man alive. Okay. Stability. Well, that's useless. Yeah, a lot of these are kind of decent passives, but generally, like, is this gonna end up... Like, some of these are useless. There's more movement speed. Okay, I'm going to start writing this down because that's 28 movement speed so far. Which you know me, I always lean towards movement speed, attack speed whenever I can. But I would prioritize the movement speed, honestly speaking, out of all of the stats. Because all the crit rate and crit damage... Well, crit damage is good, but all the crit rate stuff doesn't really matter too much. Excuse me. There was no light in this tree, was there? It was all just raw damage. That one's really, really good, but was there a magic increase that I didn't notice? Where it increased magic by 15%? Because otherwise that's pretty unfair. Like, okay. Pretty sure echoes just drop from normal dungeon chests, but the drop rate is absurdly low because of course it is. Yeah, oh! Because they're in the cash shop, of course. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Dang. So we're feeling the brunt of it just because we're actually willing to grind rather than spend money to avoid. Cool. This skill tree I kind of went through It's not very good. A lot of it's got to do with mining things faster. Increase XP gain. That's not bad. More XP gain. More magic find. Okay, that's not a bad one, actually. That's not a bad chain. Lots of these are flask capacity, which is very interesting. Means that with the extra movement speed that we would end up getting out of this skill tree, I think it's safe to say, on top of the flask capacity increase, we would no longer, like, the knight subclass ability would no longer be viable. There just wouldn't be a point. Huh. I'm so used to my mount movement speed, though. Okay. Because we're going to have so many flasks, we're basically going to be invincible. Reduce glide reduction in U7 of Sundered Uplands? Why is that? 12 keys? Dear Lord. There is a tree that does give magic, you know, magic damage, but what I'm just saying is from what I saw, it seems like physical just ends up going much higher. But it's not like I was calculating all of it specifically. Reduces glide reduction in U10. Huh. In all Sundered Uplands. Interesting. These are all useless, but cool. More Lasermancy. Moderately increases gathering range when mounted. That's for Gonda trains. Like what? Okay. Oh, there's some magic damage. There's physical damage. I don't know what it's doing in this skill tree, but hey, whatever. Greatly increased gathering range when mounted. What? I'm so confused at that ability. That's weird. Reduce incoming damage. That's a lot, actually. That's not bad. Magic find. Increase XP gain. More flask capacity with another typo. There's so many typos in this update. It's actually ridiculous. Wait, what? Why is it saying Zuffer? I think you just renewed, right? I don't know if he's actually here, but if you are Zuffer, thank you. Oh, there's our magic damage increased by 15%. So it's in a garbage skill tree. That's kind of disappointing. I guess you could just and go straight for it, but never mind. There's two that increase it by 15%. Is that a mistake, or did I miss the other physical one that gave 15%, 15%? Are you kidding me? Is this how they balance the Solarian? Is by just making magic characters god tier? Like, there must have been a second physical 15% that I missed. There must have. Jeez. I'm gonna have to calculate all the stats, man. Anyways, so the main thing that I take away from it is obviously, you know, we've got the attack speed increase, we've got the flask capacity increase, we've got the raw damage increase. I don't know how much in total yet. But at the very least, we get 28 extra movement speed, which even on your boy Boomer, who's just sitting here with Garbo stats, 115 plus 28, because math is hard, 143, that would be his base for movement speed, which, that's pretty nuts. Okay, it costs 3 keys for that. Interesting. Flask capacity, attack speed increase. Yeah, and then... So the other thing, too, is... They basically said that there was only what was it that it mentioned? So it says the star chart has 120 stars, so I guess there's 120 here. I'm not gonna count it, but whatever. But it says that you can only end up getting 40 of them in total, which is pretty brutal, but it does make sense. So you would have to very, very carefully pick and choose. I mean, for my money, you know I'm going for movement speed. Which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then where was the arrow movement speed? There it is. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, on top of all the arrow stats that you would end up inevitably going for sure. Like, I'd say the top priorities are going to end up being the 15% damage increase. And then everything else along the way, obviously, is going to be really, really nice. But that's... that blows me away, man. That's pretty crazy. Jeez. Unlocked one that increases crit hit by 20 and only increased it by 2%. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought, Slith. So thanks for confirming that. So that means anytime we see, like this, crit rate increased by 20, anytime we see this, unfortunately, the way that Trove works is it actually bases your crit hit off of a percentage value. I don't know how much 20 is in percentage. Like, it should really just give me 1%, okay? You know, you don't gotta act like you're giving me something here. I don't know. Yeah, I like that the description of all the words and stuff is more meme-oriented. That's fine, but I feel like they really need to make these more clear. Most of all with the percentages, because that's just how Trove works. There is literally, like... like, I'm sorry to say, typical devs where they put a flat number rate increase when it's like, dude, we the player don't see the numbers that the developers can see, you know? So it's like, okay. I mean, I don't mean to complain too much because obviously the rest of it all works out fine, but no, that's why I'm saying, though, take zero. In a lot of ways, what Trove does is it's not going to end up being stacking. Like, you're not going to get 15% plus 15% equals, you know. It's more so going to end up being 15% based off of your base value and then another completely separate 15% off of the base value. So let's just say that they end up increasing your stat by 20. It's not going to end up going 2 and 2 combined makes 40. No, it's going to be like there's going to be a loss. That's just, there's a deficit. That's just how Trove works. Just unlock the basic lure for speed and stuff. Oh, right, because there's the fishing too. We still got to deal with that one today as well. What are the stats on the new dragons? Actually, that's right, Johnny. Thank you for reminding me. I did not check that yet. We do still have some, like a lot of the patch notes to go through, which we will, guys. Okay, so these are the dragons I don't have. I didn't know there was 3 of them, actually. 1000 max health, crit hit, magic find, jump, health, magic find, max health, crit damage, jump, and magic find. Okay, whatever, who cares? Not that big of a deal. What about these 2? Max health, crit damage, jump, magic find, max health, crit damage, stability, magic find. Okay, whatever. I mean, it's additional stats, right? Let's see what they cost to craft. Just because I'm curious. I think it's safe to say that the... Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. So it doesn't cost as many fragments. That's good. Never mind. That one does. Ew. This one's from fishing, isn't it? No, it doesn't seem to say it. Whatever. And then that's the old dragon. Okay. Is the other one hatched? And then there's a fragmented one. 30 in total. Okay. And then a lot of astral echoes. So scoop from dust clouds floating in space. These echoes can be found all over Trove. Can be purchased and items in the celestial hub. It should really say just drops from dungeons very rarely. Like, it needs to... Come on, man. Brutal. Got 11 dragon fragments from 5 hours of fishing. And yet they're like saying in the patch notes on one hand, we wanted to make fishing more interesting. Then buff it. The only incentive to do the fishing is just the fact that you get passive buffs. Okay. Okay. Anyways, it's still exciting. It's just kind of annoying at the same time. Man, this skill tree hurts my eyes. It's way too bright. Okay. So before we end up getting into whatever all these buffs are going to be, this is going to be related to the fishing. So if you'll pardon me for a second, guys, I'm going to click away from chat so I can read through the fishing recast. So this is going to end up being the changes happening with the fishing itself. I know it's not super duper exciting, but I mean, fishing being overhauled is a nice thing, even if they're basically just doing it so that they can charge money for a bunch of lures and crap in the cash shop. Fishing recast. So fishing has been recast, creating a more dynamic and active experience for players. I highly doubt that. I think it's the exact same, isn't it? Joe, who fished for 5 hours, isn't any different. You have the floor. The Crafter's Corner in the hub has been... Okay, this hurts my eyes. Crafter's Corner has been updated in the hub down here. Accessing the Pond of Power bench opens the depth of the angler. Progressing through the depths of the angler grants effects for boats, reveals some daily adventures, and unlocks bait and recipe effects. New fishing lures have also been added. These lures have various effects. Players can fish without a lure active, but will only catch old boots. Interesting. Lures are now buffs that are applied to the player. They have a number of charges equal to the number of times they can be used. Okay, so they basically took the code that they had for food. Lures last up to 2 hours if not used. Yeah, okay, it's the same as food then. Lures can have various effects. Quick lures catch fish faster. Seeking lures increase the rate of rarer fish. And depth lures increase the catch rate of trophy fish. Huh. That sounds boring. New food recipes that you can end up crafting. Does it say what they do? No, it doesn't. Fish can now be loot collected. They still reference and say deconstructed in their patch notes, which I really wish that they would get on that and stop saying deconstructed, because the deconstructor doesn't exist anymore. It's called the loot collector. Guys, get it together. You can loot collect fish into canned fish and sometimes additional materials rather than glim. Trophy fish are now loot collected for glim as well. Fish caught before this update have now become fermented. Oh yes, of course, so we don't get any distinct advantage of loot collecting all of our trophies when the update ends up going live. That's disappointing, but expected. Size of fish has also been adjusted as the power of the depths has been released into Trove. Cool. Fish have now learned to move away from heavily fished areas and avoid club worlds entirely. Okay, so they remove fishing from club worlds. That's stupid. As a player fishes in an area, they may reach a point where only boots can be found in the water, moving to another area to find fish again. This effect will wear off over time. Well, that's... What about me? That means we can fish out an entire lake, guys. I mean, I guess. I don't know. The popular Poptopus has also abandoned club worlds and can now be found in different area and Trove. Okay, cool. Fish can now appear in pools. Pools can be found in standing liquids, water, chocolate, lava, and plasma, only not flowing liquids. You mean source blocks. Just call it like it is, okay? Players can still fish generally in both standing and flowing liquids. Okay, but it's just that you're not going to see the fish ponds themselves, which we saw that in my last video that I put out yesterday. Several allies can be rarely found while fishing in these pools, okay? Being hit by enemies will now automatically cancel fishing. Additionally, fishing now requires the player stand while casting their line, but players can still emote while fishing. Excuse me? Did they make it so that I got... What? I can still... Surely I can still sit and fish. Yeah, so I don't know what the heck they're talking about. You have to be standing. Like, what? No. Can I not? What if I dance? Okay, I can dance into fishing. I just can't toggle it on while I'm fishing. I think that's what they're saying, is that you can't use an emote while you're fishing. Which, okay, cool. Who cares? New fishing adventures can be acquired after they're unlocked in the depths of the angler. These new adventures can be acquired daily from saltwater Sam in the fishing grotto and can be consumed to begin adventures. Where is saltwater Sam? Hello? I never saw any other NPC down here. Huh. Well, they got this crafting table back in here. Where's your boy Saltwater Sam? Also, why are my frames dying? Like, what's happening? I don't know. Anyway, we're almost done with it, guys. And then I'll answer any questions. There's 2 new legendary dragons that you can obtain, which we already saw. Fragments for Aquarius can be found in fishing pools. So you have to find them in specific pools that have fish in them. Fragments for the Capricorn can be obtained from the star chart. Depths of the angler. Okay, so using the new crafting table or whatever. Yeah. You can also get golden eggs from dragon caches, of course. The Master Angler's fishing net has been added to the More tab of the store. Fishing nets allow you to catch multiple fish with a single use and may be used in any fishable liquid. Is that a consumable? You telling me you added a consumable fishing bait that you can buy out of the cash shop? Like, whoo. Okay, let's just take a moment here and imagine anyone spending money on fishing. Many new fish can be found in pools of Trove. Pools harbor various coral, slugs, frogs. Someone was asking about frogs earlier. Anglerfish, squids, blah, 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 blah. Sharks have also been known to frequent these gatherings. Can a shark come out and attack me? Because that would be beautiful. New depths fish that can only be caught using a special fishing pole that Murkwater Mark sells in the hub. Okay. So we got... Where is it? Oh, Murkwater... Ew. And it requires the new token, which we haven't even talked about that, I don't think. New invasion species of turtles are from the depths, can be hunted in Trove with the special turtle trawler fishing pole sold by Mr. Thomas the Turtle, who can be found in the hub once he's activated in the Pond of Power. Oh, so by doing this, yeah, where was it? Saltwater Sam, there we go. So we'll unlock NPCs. That's actually an interesting mechanic. I like that. And then finally, the fish of Trove have become steeped in the power released from the depths. Fish all over Trove have increased in size and offer a new challenge to veteran anglers. Okay, how is it a new challenge though? Fishing's literally the exact same. Several new boats, sails, and allies have also been added to the nautical assembler, which I'm assuming all takes new resources. No, it doesn't. This is actually, I'm surprised. Oh yeah, no, there it is. Scale of depths. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Wait, why? Oh, right, because these are tradable. That's why I can craft multiple of them, which is weird. Ew. And it costs astral echoes? Why? That's strange. Fishing lures are all blocked out. Oh, I see. So I was wondering why this crafting table, it's all blocked out. It's because you got to unlock it in the Pond of Power. Okay. There's also new fishing poles can be found in the Sundered Uplands, or found while fishing in Sundered Uplands. Interesting. Models for some of the existing fish trophies have been updated to resemble the fish more closely. There we go. Sorry about the rant there, guys. Okay, let me scroll through some of the chat messages here. Joe saying that he unlocked the basic lure for speed and stuff. I don't think they made that much of a difference. Yeah, it took almost 5 hours to get 250 marks. Ugh. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what. Maybe you gotta just keep advancing in the skill tree. I don't know, but that sounds disgusting. I think most of all, it feels very fishy to me. This is why you subscribe. I think it's got to do with them really trying to push the cash shop, frankly speaking. Like, let's be real here. Trying to act like this is a complicated game. Yes, they are. So Joe's saying that it still takes 30 seconds to catch a fish, and they claim it gets significantly faster to catch fish when you actually get into it, but it also takes several hours to get to that point. I know, dude, like that's the whole thing. Is for new players this is great. Like generally speaking, it is, okay? An overhaul to an old dated mechanic is fine. The problem is that you got freaks like me, Joe, and anybody else who's at the end game who are kind of pissed off because we already got 15,000 fish, and now you're telling me you want me to do it again? Like, fishing sucks, man. There's no way around it. So it's kind of disappointing that they suddenly want us to dedicate like all of these hours, and I don't know, it kind of feels like we're being punished for doing this before it got resolved. Like, at least that's how I feel. I don't know. I'll still do the fishing, but it's like, what am I gonna do? Fish on stream? Hey guys, you having fun? I mean, I guess I could just answer questions and chill with you guys, but my god, dude, fishing is so boring. The quests want you to specifically fish in the fish pools, which is which is not an issue for normal fish, but for some reason fish pools are like insanely rare in plasma. Yeah, because that makes sense, because a lot of the plasma and how it generates is flowing rather than a source block. You no longer seem to be able to auto turn forward when holding the cast button. Kind of annoying. Really? So can I not do... Oh. Weird. Yeah, normally it would like reset where your character's orientation was or something, but I don't know. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm still kind of going through it. Joe just confirming that, yeah, you gotta unlock Saltwater Sam. Where's the ponds at? They're random, as far as I know. Like, you'll basically like just see a pool of water and it'll have like a little fish icon in it. We'll end up going through the skill tree in a sec. I just want to double check. Yeah, imagine spending money on fish, like legit. Is there a way to transfer your account from console to PC? No, unfortunately, that's not gonna happen, my dude. Check if there's new fishing badges. Yeah, you're right, Scythe, actually. Gameplay badges, right? I'd collected. Doesn't look like it. These are all just the normal badges that I'm missing just because I haven't polished. There's a polishing ring one? Jesus. Okay. What about wait for another update and then the 15k again? Wait, what, Victoria? What? Funny voxel game. Yes. Can I have a link to the patch notes? It's already the pinned message. Yeah, exactly, Val. We're gonna do fishing stream. Fishing stream. Okay, let's go through some of these, even though I really wish they would turn the contrast on this down a bit. It hurts my eyes, dude. So, super duper easy to level up the first ones. You have a chance to gain marks of the angler while fishing. So there you go. So as you end up going further in the skill tree, I'm assuming that becomes easier. Basic lures, bring saltwater Sam. Okay, we'll go down first. Basic recipes for depth and stuff. Sometimes restores a lure when you catch a fish. Not bad. Increase the amount of marks. Yeah. Increase the amount of marks gained. Yeah, there you go. So it's going to require a lot of time investment in order to end up getting to this point in the first freaking place. But then once you do, because I think the point is that this is all, they want specific trophies. That's disgusting. Increases your turning rate by 5. Imagine, the devs think we use boats. That's hilarious. So yeah, I think the point is that you can actually get everything out of this skill tree because it's going to end up just costing various resources that you just get from fishing in general, right? Ooh, a chubby ally. I like that. Increases acceleration. That's not how you spell... Okay. Anyways, more turning rate. Ooh. Wow. Quality depth lures, which these are probably going to end up being, yeah, increased catching fish speed. Acceleration. Supposed to be acceleration. Unlocks master angler fishing net weekly recipe. So it is a consumable. Okay, we'll go through the rest of this. I gotta turn off my mod so I can see the store packs. I gotta see what they're charging for this, man. I gotta break this down because I know it's gonna be ridiculously expensive. Yeah, so this is just unlocking more recipes and stuff like that. Okay, what about these other ones? Oh, so this is gonna be chocolate. And then this is all cooking. Chocolate pool mastery. Give a chance to catch extra uncommon fish. Plasma. Ally. Acceleration. Like, it's spelled... Okay. Inconsistent right there and there. And then lava and the spin-off of that. And then this is going to be recipe. Turning rate no one asked for. Increases crit hit damage by 5% for 10 seconds after standing in water. Cool. Okay. Summons Mr. Thomas Tortoise to the fishing area in the hub. Oh, that's new NPC. Man, that's high up the chain. Water pool master gives a chance to get an extra uncommon fish. Or, okay. Whatever. Food. Basic recipe. Fragment. So on and so forth. Yeah, and then these... Okay. This is pretty useless, honestly speaking. Like, let's be real here. It's just another, like, parasitic mechanic that's been added to the game where it expects you to dedicate, like, tons and tons of time. And towards something that's, like, not even fun. Like, fishing, of all things. And this is probably, like, you're looking at, like... Like, I don't even know how long it would take to max this out. It's gonna take a long time. That's for damn sure. Jesus. Okay. Let's see where my mods are. I gotta turn off my shadow HUD UI. Actually, I can probably do that in game. I always forget about that. Which one is it? Where's my shadow UI for the store? No, no, no. Where is it? What? It's not the player HUD. It's not lock boxes. Inventory. Maybe. I forget which one it is. Which one is the one that ends up modifying the store? Is that the clubs? Unless it's just not showing the UI. Let me see. See in my actual Trove Tools mod loader. But if any of you guys know off the top of your head which one ends up affecting the store, that would be nice, because I would want to turn that off. I think it's actually the quick class UI, oddly enough. Let's just relog and double check that. Yeah, I don't know why exactly. Like, I think it's just because it's inflated time, Val. Like, legit. I don't know why devs prioritize, like, fishing and think that this is something that people actually, like, find interesting, because nobody does. Like, okay, let's see this. This is gonna cause me physical anguish. Where is it? Where's the new stuff? Okay. Wait, did I miss it? Is it these? No. Hello, game? Where's the new stuff? New? Why am I not seeing the new items, dude? I wanted to see them. I saw somebody talking about them and showing screenshots, but I'm not seeing any of them myself. Is there something I'm missing, or is it doing the, let me see. Maybe I gotta hop into the club world. Oh, okay, yeah, Joe. That's exactly what I was just about to test out, and bam, bam, there it is. Okay. Ooh. I mean, this costs cubits. Okay, cool. Why isn't it just 1,000 cubits? But okay. So we would have to try and calculate how many total fish they want you to have, and versus how many of these you would end up getting. How many do you get? Captures 5 fish when thrown into any pool or fishable liquid. And that's 50, which is essentially like, is that 50 cents basically? I mean, at least it's like affordable. Oh, cool. And then it broke. Sweet. I wanted to look at it. The test server, you gotta be on PC, my dude. And then you can't end up exporting your account. Oh, look at that. There's a new pack, actually. That's got a couple, it's got a Solarian costume, which is literally just a Batman skin, or Nightwing, but I guess cool. Okay, so this is the tome. How much does this give? 5,000 astral per week, not bad. Yeah, that's 10 credits per fish. Oh, devs. Like, that's the thing that gets me. I'm not against them doing cash shop stuff, but I love how quickly everyone breaks down, like, just how expensive it is. 10 credits per fish, so 10 cents per virtual fish, let's just say. And for what? How many fish do we end up needing? And not to mention, the amount of fish that we need on this crafting table are very specific fish. It's not just any old fish, you know? Yeah, so let's just key to the depths. Let's just assume, just for safety, like 1, 2, 3. Is it all of these normal ones require a trophy? Yes, it is. Dear God. What about all these? It doesn't show. Okay. Let's just assume that those do. So that would be, let's just, this is just an average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I probably calculated that wrong, but who cares? So that'd be 10 times 23. That would be 230 credits. But that's also considering that these are rare, so there is no way that it's going to end up being that cheap to end up going through the entire skill tree. The fish trophies are just from the NPC. Oh, I see. Ew, but it costs the coins though. Okay, so then I'm way off, and it's going to take like hundreds of thousands of fish. Okay. What was the average? How many tokens did you end up getting in your total fishing time, Joe? You said you did like 5 hours and you got like 250 or something? Which that would be 250 250 divided by 5, which means that you would have to get 50 of them, which means that it would end up being what was it? 50 credits? How much was the stupid thing? Hold on, I took a screenshot of it. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. See here. Yeah, they're 50 each. Okay, so that would be 50 times 50 just to be safe. So here's the quick math. Okay, this is not 100% accurate, but just to put it into perspective here, you could be like your boy Joe and grind for like 5 hours to get, let's just say, an average of 250 of the coins, or you could spend 2,500 credits to skip 5 hours of gameplay. That's $10. Now, that doesn't sound too bad, but then you realize that it's just for fishing, which is literally just additional crap that we don't need, frankly. So yeah, it was just another way that they could end up monetizing the hell out of it. And let's just say, like, doing this whole thing, not to mention it's going to end up being rare drops. Yeah, you're probably looking at quite a bit of money. Not, honestly, I don't think it's going to end up being that expensive cash shop wise. But there's probably a wrinkle somewhere in here that I'm missing. Like, I'd say it should probably only take like maybe $100 to get through this whole thing. But you know they've got it set up so it's super RNG. And it's probably going to end up costing thousands. Just because they can't help themselves. I mean, I'll test it when it comes to live server for sure, but yeah, I don't know, Syph. That's the thing though, is I would love to say that the maxing out your fishing is only going to cost $100, but I just don't think so. I think that they're going to set it up in such a way that it's going to be like heavily RNG based, and you're going to be relying on getting like very specific rare drops that are just not going to happen. I don't know. I'm not going to end up like buying my way through the entirety of it. Later, Croc. Also, yeah, so for anybody that's just tuning in, just a quick heads up that the update I kind of summarized in my video that I put out yesterday. I did go through the patch notes earlier, so you can know that I'm going to end up having shorter videos come out over the following days. But in short summary, we got fishing overhaul, which is what we're tackling and talking about right now. Tackling, get it? Ha 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 ha, subscribe for more. But then there's also going to end up being the skill tree. Now, the skill tree itself is actually a lot more exciting, even if the execution is very poor. Also, what'd you say, Sarah? Sorry. I like the idea, but once again, the devs take the prices to the extreme. Yup. Just because the game is free to play doesn't mean they should force players to play an eternity to not pay $2,000 every update. Yeah. No, legit, dude. Like, that's the thing is, like, again, you know me, I'm not against pay to win, but where I have a problem with it is that it's not worth your money. You know? Like, so think about it this way. You could let's just say you get super lucky, right? And all you gotta do is spend like $100 to max out this whole skill tree. But realistically, it's probably gonna end up costing upwards of $200. And that's gonna be US. But let's just say you get super lucky, you can get this all done with $100. Or you could buy Sonic Frontiers. Like, that's the comparison, dude. Is not even if you're, I don't care if you're into Sonic Frontiers or not. That's kind of just a meme at this point. All a Sonic game had to do was just not suck, and suddenly people praise it. But my point is that you could have a whole video game. And that's not even considering all of the indie games that you could have for the same price. In fact, a game is probably going to end up being cheaper than buying this out. Which the problem that I have with it is just that this is all laser focused on fishing. That's where it's just kind of like, huh? What? Head scratcher. Why would I do this? The skill tree. Now this, on the other hand, I think that this thing is a fantastic idea, and I'm kind of surprised that they didn't monetize this more, because this directly makes players stronger. But you notice, as much as Game does end up adding cash shop stuff to the game, they are very, very careful not to make it 100% pay to win. So if this whole astral thing ended up having some sort of a cash shop item, or being able to buy, like, I don't know, say you could buy like a box that would end up giving you a chance to drop the astral fragments or whatever, that would be very, very pay to win. But no, I know you can buy the keys, Joe, but you can't buy the spheres, which, my point is that as much as we're going to end up dissing how much they end up adding all the cash shop stuff, at the very least, they still end up always focusing a lot on, like, oh, well, the player is still going to have to put a lot of time into this as well. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to say it in their defense or anything. I'm just saying that I do appreciate the way that Game ends up approaching these updates versus when Tryon Worlds was in charge, because they were a lot more toxic. Yeah, that's the thing. This, you could either max out your fishing or buy a full game, or you could buy multiple copies of Core Keeper for you and your friends, or buy games on sale. Like, I don't know, man. Like, the whole thing is, it's like, I'm very, very much, I know I keep repeating myself here, but I will die on this hill. I'm not against them doing cash shop stuff. It's just they got to make it feel like it's worth it or something. I mean, I'll admit that at least it feels like, okay, well, I can buy my way past hours of wasted grind time. Sure. At least it's better than these stupid things, like these sundered boxes and crap like that. The loot boxes, the loot boxes are bad in this game, dude. Like, and I mean, the real bottom line is, it's like, if you don't want to end up spending money for the fishing, then just don't do it. And then instead end up spending over 100 hours fishing, forehead. Or better yet, here's a thought. I just came up with this. It's so crazy. Don't fish, because it doesn't benefit you. My point is, and this is why I said parasitic design, this is a legitimate term, is because a lot of times whenever they end up adding stuff like this, you'll notice that all of the benefits that we get from fishing only help with fishing. And it doesn't really help with anything else. You know, like, there's definitely like all these little buffs and all these cute little things that you can end up getting from the fishing itself. But generally speaking, do you have to? No, not really. You don't have to do any of the fishing stuff. It's not even that big of a deal. Yeah, I think the skill tree is a fantastic idea. I would love to see them give skill trees to all classes. They probably won't. I'm content with that, but I just think it would be such a cool idea for them to expand upon it, you know? Or give us, like, buffs for, like, we get movement speed. Okay, cool. What about mount movement speed? Or flight movement speed? You know, give me those types of stats. Or give me, like, damage over time buffs or something. Instead of just raw, like, oh, this is physical damage, this is magic damage. Which is cool, don't get me wrong, that's fine. But I would much rather like to see more complexity to it, where it would just end up giving you some sort of passive buffs or something that would end up changing the gameplay slightly. Like, I do actually really like the idea of, where was it? There was one of these things where it was like, touch water and then you get a damage buff or some crap. And it's like, I kind of like that. Like this right here. Because it kind of makes you play differently. It makes Water Worlds actually more useful. Except that this buff is so absolutely useless. Because that's the thing. In closing, my issue with this is that it's not worth it. Like, you got to think. Who's going to end up getting to Seas of Wraith? Someone who's at the end game. And somebody like me who's at the end game doesn't give a flying crap about getting an extra 5%. You know? Like, it just doesn't matter. I would rather have it that if I touch water, I get a movement speed buff or something that's going to end up benefiting me, you know? Like, or yeah, decrease cooldown time anything else other than just more damage, because we don't need more damage. That's the problem. Now, that said, I still appreciate the skill tree that we've got, but frankly speaking, I'm just going to build towards movement speed. Like, I don't care about the extra damage. Sure, we already can kill Leviathans. What, now we can kill them faster? Big deal. Unless, again, I still think that we're going to end up having a big update next year, because if we follow the pattern of how they've ended up putting out updates, how Game Ago has tackled Trove in terms of content, is always within Q1, the first quarter of the year. That's when they put the biggest update out, because that's when they need to end up making the most money. It's just a company thing. This is what all companies do. This is why so many games are releasing within the first quarter of the year now, because it looks good to their stock, people invested in it and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to get into all that nerd crap. I'm just saying that we've had some of the biggest updates for Trove at the beginning of the year. And this update, although it's exciting and I really like the idea of the skill tree, I don't really care that much about the fishing. This update, exactly, Joe. It's got me on the copium, man. Like, I'm thinking that this could lead to something greater that they have cooking, Yeah, even if it's just something as stupid as just U12 difficulty, but I'm thinking that there might be something more complex down the line, at least hopefully. Anyways, I think that's enough time spent on this update. I just wanted to end up deep diving into it with you guys, sharing my thoughts on and stuff. I'll end up having shorter videos throughout the week talking about all this stuff, but I very, very much appreciate you guys coming out, and I hope that you guys had a lot of fun, and hopefully you're excited for the update too. We can end up talking about this during other live streams, or when I end up putting a shorter video out. You can always leave your comments there, or just sound off even on the comments of this live stream once it goes public. But either way, I appreciate you guys coming out very much. And for those that are just tuning in, I'm going to publish this stream as soon as it finishes processing, and I'll try my best to have timestamps, although, yeah, it's kind of... There's a couple cool things with this update. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys coming out, and just want to say thank you, and smash like on the way out, sub if you haven't already, and you'll see a lot more Trove content from me. Have a good day, guys. I'm going to stream Core Keeper or something now. Bye. Oh, wait, I'm going to go fishing, guys. I'm going to go fishing. Fishing is so fun. Spend $100. Spend $100 fishing, you guys. Fish for